Hey you guys, it's C Simone and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to tell y'all about how my car was broken into. So, if you want to hear about that, please keep watching. Okay, y'all, here's the story. So, I had gone out of town and I was flying. So, the area that I live in, it's not uncommon for people to park either at the airport or in like nearby lots. Like, you know, how you have like those park and fly lots, and then also the local hotels offer airport parking as well. So, I decided to park at this hotel and I had only done it because my fiance had parked at that hotel several times. And this is not like a fly by night hotel, y'all. This is a legitimate, like one of the nicer hotels. But anyways, I'm not going to give too many details because honestly, I don't know what I can and cannot say. So I'm going to keep it a little general, but just know like it was up there with like some of the most popular hotels that are nice. And so my fiance had parked there several times, never had any issues, parked there for overnight parking, airport parking, everything was fine. So this time I was like, okay, cool. Nobody could take me to the airport, so I'll just park there. He's always parked there. It's no big deal. So I was going to be gone for a week. So I parked my car there, didn't think nothing of it, went on my little trip, came back. I came back, it was like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night when I got back in town. And I went to go pick up my car. And as soon as I started walking up on it, I noticed that my window had been taped up. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, this clearly is not good. So I go into the hotel and I go to the front desk and I let the guy know that my car had been broken into. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's like there's tape on my window. And I was like, I highly doubt that the criminals taped up my window. I said, somebody taped up my window, but all I know is my car's been broken into. So I'll insert like some pictures for y'all so y'all can see the damage. So he claimed he knew nothing about any break-ins, which I thought was odd immediately. Because I'm like, if a car is broken into on y'all's lot and somebody's window is taped up, how would you not know about that as a hotel employee? So he calls the police show up, and they basically tell me that there were 7 other cars broken into. So in total, including my car, 8 cars were broken into in a hotel lot. And again, this was not some fly-by-night hotel. And I'm like, so how do 8 cars get broken into on y'all's lot and your front desk person knows nothing about it? Okay. So yeah, he knew nothing. Y'all, like, literally, I was so thrown. I was like, y'all don't tell y'all employees what's going on at the hotel. So anyways, the police arrived and they basically, continue to talk to me about what happened. They were like, they have some suspects. They think it was like a bunch of kids or whatever breaking into cars, et cetera, et cetera. And I was just like, great. Like, and they were like, it was a hotel employee that taped up your window. So clearly it wasn't the front desk guy that did it. It was some other person at the hotel that did it. And y'all, when I tell y'all, they broke into my driver's side. So they smashed my driver's side window. And when a car window breaks, it shatters into a gazillion pieces. So I had glass all over my car. My tent was off. They had gone through like my glove box and you could tell, just threw everything all over the place. I don't keep anything of value in my car ever. And so they found nothing. They went through all my stuff. Y'all, they even opened up my pads. Like legit, I don't know what they thought they were going to find inside of a pad or a sanitary napkin. But I guess they thought they were going to find something. Like they opened up my pads. They went through, basically personal items or whatever. And of course I had to throw all that stuff out because it's like, clearly there's a pandemic and I don't know who was in my car. Y'all could have been very dirty and I can't use those pads anymore. Like y'all, and it was a weird thing because I have never had my car broken into. And it was like very surreal at the moment. Like I was so tired because I had just gotten back. It was late at night. All I wanted to do was go home. And I was just like, I just don't have the time for this. Like, really? Like, y'all are really out here breaking into people's stuff, smashing people's windows. And the police officer, because there were several of them, I think there were 3 officers I was talking to. And one of them, he was like, I don't know what's going on out here. He was like, because this hotel, he was like, last time I checked, they had security. He was like, they had cameras. He was like, I don't know what they're doing anymore. He was like, this was a very popular hotel for people to park in. And he was telling me that, major individuals would park there, like people of celebrity status, when they would have events and things, football players, football teams. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm surprised. Like, he was like, I have not seen a break-in happen at this hotel or really in this area in years. Like, he said, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that they moved the airport. So the airport used to be like basically across the street from that hotel. Then they built a new airport that was like a little further down, which it wasn't a huge difference, y'all, but I guess enough of a difference for people to feel comfortable breaking into people's cars. And so he was like, yeah, he was like, I'm thinking because they moved the airport, they're starting to come out, and break in and do whatever now. And I was just like, great. And I just happened to be one of the unlucky victims of the crime. But fast forward, so y'all, I tried to drive. Let me tell y'all something. Driving with no window, no glass on your window, it's a pain in the behind. And yeah, they put like that bag on my car. I'm sorry, my hair just started itching. My scalp be so dry. They put that bag on my car or whatever. Y'all, I had to take that thing off because as I started driving, it started to come apart. It just wasn't working. I had to take it off. There was glass flying at me as I was driving because, like I said, the glass shattered into a gazillion pieces. So there was glass like inside of my AC vents that was flying out. Glass inside of where your speedometer stuff is. Glass sitting in that, flying out. The only thing that kind of helped me was that I just happened to have a moving blanket in the back of my car. And I was able to sit on that because, if y'all know, y'all may or may not know, but moving blankets are kind of thick. So that prevented me from scratching up my behind. That prevented me from scratching up my behind on this doggone seat. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all probably like, why does she keep messing with her hair? But I'm just not digging this one piece. Anyways, so yeah, y'all, it was a hot mess. So I had to drive back. Mind you, to drive back to the part of town that I live in was like a 45-minute drive. So it wasn't just some cute little quick trip to get home. So I had to drive like that. Couldn't hear nothing but highway wind and noise. It was a hot mess. Hot mess. So obviously I take my car to the shop so it can get fixed. Thank God for insurance because the parts and labor costs to fix my car and all they did was break my window and it kind of left obviously some scratches on my door and on the exterior and interior door. And so they charged my insurance company $3,000. And I was just like, glad I only had to pay a $250 deductible because bitch don't have $3,000 just lying around to pay for a car. But I did get a call a few days after the incident. I got a call from a police officer, and he was the actual police officer who was there the night that the break-ins occurred. And he told me they did have suspects. He said the only reason why we were able to find out who, was responsible was because one of the cars they broke into had a gun in it and they stole the gun. And I guess shortly after stealing the gun, maybe they were attempting to shoot somebody or they just attempted to fire it off. I don't know. And so they shot the gun somewhere nearby. I'm assuming the police were called, and that's when the police arrived, and the police were able to figure out that it was the same gun that had been reported stolen from the hotel parking lot. So these idiots got themselves caught because they shot a gun off. And, it was I was grateful because obviously they could have taken my whole car. So I was really glad that they left my car. But it was just another, you know what I'm saying? Like just another thing you have to deal with that you didn't have any plans on dealing with that day. Like just another nuisance to add, you know, like I was just like, I ain't got enough going on in life like most people. The last thing I needed is for somebody to smash my window and break into my car and have my car out of commission for 2 weeks because it had to be fixed. But I did try and look on the bright side. Like I said, it left my car. I only had to pay $250 to get it fixed. I was able to get into a rental car, even though the rental car was trash, but I was able to get into one. So yeah, in the end, nothing was, you know, permanently damaged. But it's just sad, you know, that this is the world we live in where people just feel like they can do what they want with other people's belongings, with other people's stuff. And even the police officer was saying, like, he was like, yeah, you're real desperate if you're breaking a window because it takes a lot of good whacks to break a car window. Like, I guess most car thieves these days, they have like a tool, you know, where they can kind of like get into the car through the door, you know, kind of unlock something, lift something, whatever. They have much better ways, much more efficient ways of breaking into a car versus smashing a window. But here's what I really want to say, y'all. How do 8 cars get broken into in a hotel lot and y'all don't know nothing about it? Like, I just would love to know who was working that night because it kind of sounds like an inside job to me. Like, is that just me or do y'all agree with me? Like, if y'all agree with what I'm saying, drop that in the comments down below because I legit feel like somebody at that hotel had to have known that these kids were going to come out here and bust these windows down. There's just 8 is a lot of cars to break into without getting caught right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if there's a group of y'all, that's still a lot. Like, if I don't steal, I don't do nothing, I don't commit no crimes. But if I were to break into a car, and if I break into one car, okay, I don't get nothing. I might break into 2, I don't get nothing. If I'm feeling lucky, I might break into 3. After that, I'm getting out of there because I'm like, it's only a matter of time before the cops show up or some witnesses show up on the scene or something. I got to go. So how they would have had the time to break into 8 cars in one night and nobody says anything, nobody knows anything, odd to me. And by the way, I had to file an incident report with the hotel. I have yet, and this happened almost a month ago, y'all. I have yet to hear anything from the hotel. They have not contacted me, but of course, y'all know I left my reviews all up and through Google and TripAdvisor and wherever. But yeah, they have not said anything to me. They have not reached out to me, nothing. Nor did they try to contact me once they realized that somebody had broken into my car and I clearly wasn't there. They never even tried to figure out, okay, whose car is this? Can we call them, see what's going on? You know, obviously is it somebody who did the airport parking? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up, but that's it. That's my story time. I hope this doesn't happen to anybody else. I'm still grateful that I didn't lose anything. I don't keep anything in my car, but it was just a major inconvenience and it just made me kind of sad because I'm like, people really out here doing these things to other people. You know, it's messed up. But anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, as weird as that sounds, for a car break-in video. But anyways, if you guys want to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all in the next one.